Hi, welcome to one of my greenhouses. This one's pretty special because this one holds all of my hydroponic grow towers. These are a really important part of my setup because they enable me to grow with real efficiency and quality lettuces, leafy greens and herbs. So I'm going to give you a bit of a tour of them and show you them in action as a bit of a teaser on what you can do at home without the need of having access to a garden bed. So come through and I'll show you through to where I've got my grow towers. Just walking past the seedlings that I've got here and my chili and capsicum farm, as well as some eggplants over here. This is one example of a tower, and you can hear the water trickling through. The water trickles through on and off, and you can see that this is relatively new. So I've just planted this out quite recently. The seedlings are quite young. I'm cleaning some of the towers here because we're in changeover time, and I like to give them a really good clean, a good scrub with one of the kitchen scourers, just to make sure they're nice and clean, ready for the next crop. This one's a little more advanced, and you can see here some pak choys. They've grown just completely in this tower and they're nice and healthy, almost ready for harvest. Got some silver beet down here, some nice heads of butter lettuce here, and some various greens. Now these are great for greens, for herbs, your basil, whatever herbs you'd like, anything that's really leafy, non-fruiting. For fruiting plants, we use slightly different system, but these are absolutely fantastic for your salad greens. This is, as you can tell, one of my favorite lettuces. It's a really crispy cos, the ones that you probably have gotten some sort of gourmet supermarkets. It's a really nice variety from Rick's One. And what we've got here is I've basically taken over a whole tower because I love the lettuce so much. Lots and lots of Caesar salads on the menu. Now what I wanted to do is show you how you plant these towers out. So firstly, just a bit of a close-up. I like to use pelletized seeds. Here is a bag of them. You've got to keep these in the fridge. Always keep them in the fridge. You keep them in the fridge and you only take them out for planting. And you can see these are lettuce seeds, but they're quite large. That's because each lettuce seed has been rolled in some clay. So essentially the lettuce seed's encapsulated in a nice shell of clay. When that shell of clay gets moist, the seed activates and it sprouts. So you get a very, very, very healthy seedling. It ensures that I have one seedling per pod, which is really handy. Now in these particular lettuce towers, you don't need to use pelletized seed. You can use any seeds you like from your favorite seed supplier, whatever it may be. It's just that you'll need to get 1 or 2 seeds, or how many ever seeds you want per planting pod, right, and you'll do that by hand. The next thing I'd like to show you is the cocoa pods that we use. These cocoa pods are made from the husk of a coconut. So it's ground down quite fine and then bound together and provided to us as a solid, if you like, soil pod. Now, I'll show you one of these. Here's what it looks like. So you can see it's essentially just a molded coconut husk. To see what that's made of, here I've got some unmolded coconut husk. So that's the husk of a coconut. They've taken that coconut husk and they've basically molded it into that. Now that enables me to then just take one seed, place it in the middle of there, and then pop it into my net cup. Once I've done that, and you can see here an example, several days later it's going to sprout, and you can see that the net cup is, if you like, your nursery. I'd like to show you one that's a little more mature. So here we go. This is the same coconut pod inside there, and you can see that the roots now are nice and healthy and they're coming out and they're starting to grow. Putting that back in there, you can see that this lettuce is now a nice healthy lettuce. Probably 3 or 4 weeks from harvest, this will grow out to about this big, and then I'll just take the entire lettuce out, harvest that and use it. You can actually harvest the leaves, but when you have a number of planting spots, like for example in the local grow tower, you'll have 24 spots, you'll best have to take the whole lettuce and use that for, say, the week, keep it in the fridge once you've washed it and so forth, and that enables you to put a new one in its place and then pop a new seed in there, and then you essentially have a new lettuce on its way. And so through that, you can have a continuous cycle of really healthy lettuces, or herbs, or leafy greens like this beautiful pak choi. So thank you for visiting my farm, and I hope to see your farm soon at your house.